Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to prep for the season 132 of the Tournament of Power. It's the first one for this 8th anniversary. It starts on Saturday, so my gameplay is gonna be around Thursday night, maybe Wednesday night if I have some time because we're gonna get the TP by that time. For the route we're gonna follow the yellow line, of course. There is a lot of fights where you will need purples in the top row, so obviously two purple is going to be important. But in terms of color selection, I will go more in detail later in this video during the team building section. There is timestamps if you want to jump to that right away. For the fights that we will tackle this season, we're going to have the first three that are the exact same with some purple in the top row. Fight number 4 is going to be the only one with a yellow in the top row. Fight number 5 is going to be with some blues in the top row. Fight number 6 is either blues or red, same as fight number 7. Fight number 8 is purples again. Fight number 9 is going to be some purples. Fight number 10 is going to be some red. Fight number 11, purples again. And fight number 12 is going to be some greens. So you're gonna need very strong purples for this season of the Tournament of Power. For the boost, we're gonna have the new units Broly, Gogeta, and Purgus at 35% boost, and we have one character at 20% boost, which is gonna be the Blue Bearers from the sagas from the movies. It's the only character in the game that has the PO, God Key, plus the episode sagas from the movies. Please do not make a mistake and use the blue bears from the Resurrection of F anime episode because it's gonna be different and he has only 10% boost. It's gonna be this bear specifically I have on screen. Double check before you use him, and he must be in your team if you have him in every single fight. Same for the tier 1 characters. Do not use any tier 4 character that has 10% boost. It's practically useless, and use only tier 3 or above. Obviously, if you have any tier 2 or tier 1, use them. Plus, fill the rest with tier 3s. You're gonna go with high star characters, Zenkais if possible. Do not use anyone below 7 star. If you have someone below 7 star, you're just gonna go with a character that is either farmable with the same color as him, that is higher star, and you can get to 14 star. I've put the list of all the farmable free-to-play tier 3s from the Huza event, which is available right now during the anniversary. And for example, if you are missing a green unit, you can go from Final Form Cooler as your green unit in your team, and he will do great. And make sure the free-to-plays are 14 star. If you are completely stuck and you do not have any free-to-plays, for example, you need one yellow and you don't have any, you can go with an EX that is tier 3. As long as he's high star, he should do the job. I will talk about the colors and which ones you should choose in a second when we do the team building. And let me switch to my device. This is the team that I will be using. It will have 2 purple, 2 green unit, 2 red unit, 1 yellow and 1 blue. The 1 blue character must be this Blue Beerus because he has 20% boost, and make sure you have the correct Blue Beerus that has the sagas from the movies episode and not Battle of God. Now, if you have this Beerus below 7 star, what I would advise is 2 blue instead of 2 reds, and you're gonna have one of the reds out of your team, and you can put one of the blues instead. And you must have tier 3 or above character. Now, if you have the Paragus, he will replace one of the purples. If you have the Broly, he will replace one of the greens. And if you have the Gogeta, he will replace one of the reds. Now, if your Gogeta is only 5 star and your Beerus is also only 5 star, I would advise to have a second red because Gogeta is more important than Beerus, and 1 blue will be okay. But if you do not have Gogeta, your Beerus is low star, have 2 blue and 1 red. If your Beerus is 7 star or higher, have 2 reds, like me. Now, how do you know what are the best tier 3 characters to use in your team? Pretty simple. You can just use the power level filter, and you can go over the God Key sagas from the movies tag. I'm having like only one of them here, which is the purple Goku. He just Zenkai, so probably most people have him and they can use him. He's a pretty good character with high stats. I will make sure he's Z7 before we start. Or you can go with the other tag, which is a powerful opponent plus sagas from the movies. And here you're gonna have a lot of options that you can choose from, and is the better one to invest into or to use in general. So double green, here I'm gonna use the two coolers. They're the ones with the highest power level in my box. He's pretty high in terms of free to play, in terms of stat 2. So I would really advise you to use him. He's better than a Zankai even. So he's a pretty good option. I will have also as a purpose one Zankai, which is the purple Broly. He's a character that most people have. If you have him Zenkai, he will be great. But if you don't have him Zenkai, just make sure you have a high star character in that spot. Other than that, we're gonna have to red, and you're gonna have the free-to-play Broly. This guy is free, but the Zenkai you need USTR medals, so I wouldn't advise to use USTR medals on him. If you do not have him Zenkai, just use whatever high star red sagas from the movies PO character you got, and you should do the job. Actually, this Janemba is better than him. I should use him probably, but I would just use Broly because he's free, and you should have a lot of option in your box. Even EXs can do the job if you want to. If you don't have anything, just make sure this guy is 14 star from the Huza event, and you can use him in a non-Zenkai state, and he should do the job too. That's basically it for the team building. Also, you have the yellow, I didn't mention it. You got a lot of option. I used the Turles because he just Zenkai and most people have him. But you can go with, for example, the Zenkai Broly, the Tapion. You have a couple of EXs if you don't have a high star Sparking. And you can also go with the Gogeta Blue, that is Gotki, plus Sagas from the movie. He also has 15% boost. Also have this God Vegeta, he's a Zenkai. Just make sure to use whatever yellow that is tier 3 with the highest power level in your box. For me, it's gonna be Turles. That's all for my team. I'm gonna go back here and I show you what it is. Make sure you have this blue Beerus. If you have the new characters, replace the color equivalent and you should be fine. And remember, if the Beerus is your only blue and he's below 7 star, I would advise to have a second blue instead of a second red, and that should do it. Unless your Gogeta blue is 5 star, I would advise to have a second red because Gogeta blue is more important than Beerus, and even a 3 star Beerus could do the job for this season. That's all for my team building. The equipment is as followed on screen. See equip on everyone, crash equip on everyone, and a third depending on the type. The crash equip is going to be used on only 7 star or higher character, so make sure everyone is above 7 star in your team. That's a must. You have a lot of options, so you should be fine with it. In terms of art boost, nobody should be art boosted, I believe. These two guys have a little bit of art boost, but it's not major. And in terms of friendship, we're gonna have a couple of friendship 10, couple of friendship, which is the Broly, Beerus, and the Godku. I'm gonna focus this Beerus because he's a 20% boost unit. I'll use him in every fight, so I'll make sure he's a little bit higher in friendship before I start. That's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any question, let me know in the comment. Have a good one and goodbye.